note, write 5 words about yourself. That's really hard, I know, but just to put faces to names around your table. So now we're going to put a little bit of materiality to your conversations. So what we'd like you to do is, you've got a map on your table, you will have noticed. You've got a few different ways to annotate. We'll let you choose how you mark on your map, but what we'd like you to mark is to just get as much information as possible from around the table about what's happening in this area. What's important for other people to know about? Do you know a particular group or organisation or service or activity that's happening that you think is of interest?
Very surprised and amazed because we have a small charity that we just opened last year across the road from Aldi, and we are new to the area, and it's amazing just even to find out on this table that there are so many ways of collaboration, opportunities.
You've done a little bit of mapping of the area and what's going on in the area, and now we're going to do a little bit of mapping of what you're involved in. You'll find on your table 2 piles of cards. We're going to ask you to take 5 minutes to each fill in some of these cards. If you personally are not working on a project, you can also write a project that you know of or are connected to in some way. We're going to ask you to do up to 3 cards each. Now, you'll need to do a different project on each card, not list them all on one, because we're going to swap them around and play with them later. These ones are what we call our asset cards. So we'd like you to go through a similar exercise, but this time think about things that you could contribute to other people's projects, initiatives. It might be skills, it might be relationships and connections, it might be access to resources, to equipment, kit, it might be funding that you know about. Again, if you can write 1 per card, take a couple of minutes, and again, this is something that you might have your personal skills, connections, relationships, it might be within a group or an organisation that you represent. Things that you have within your reach, if we think about it that way. Now we're going to give you about 15 minutes to try and join up some of your assets to some of the projects that you're already doing and would like to do, and to, in a way, try and connect some of those projects through those resources and assets that you've got on your table as well. Think about little clusters of collaboration that might emerge, or you might find that at one table there is a very clear sort of direction of travel, a clear theme that's emerging.
We need 2 volunteers from each table to move to the table clockwise. And you have 10 minutes. Collect any cards you think are relevant in order to tell a little bit of the story of what happened at your table, what kind of projects or ideas you found yourself connecting around, and see what the people in the other tables have to contribute to the things that you're thinking about.
We were looking at how do we bring the community together in terms of multi-diversity and age groups, and recognising that there's different strengths in each of these kind of groups, and how do we share those strengths and experiences together. We're focused on kind of outdoor spaces, getting people away from devices, encouraging active engagement with people rather than kind of online. So we were looking at kind of our base around Morden Library and kind of the outdoor space round about there. You thought about some different things we could do, like bee walks, developing pots that have ended up filled with litter instead of plants. So just a variety of outdoor activities that we can engage different ages in. So in our discussion, we looked at how do we expand that into maybe doing some wellbeing courses. It was an offer. How do we look at making like a holistic approach and ensuring people are accessing all their benefits that they're able to do, so they can link in these groups. And also one of our gaps was around who runs all these brilliant groups that we've come up with. So we talked about kind of lifelong learning and who can maybe potentially fill these gaps, and also creating volunteer opportunities for people in the community to lead that.
So I suppose what will happen then is that we, well, aside from us having a meal together now, we'll share the resources. Myself and Charlie will share the resources that you provide, and then I will be following up with this group and others to see if we would like to meet again, or if we would like to split into smaller groups, and we'll take it from there.
You know, if you were to talk to someone else about your experience today, what would you say to them?
Collaboration, community,
connectedness,
sharing ideas,
Exploring.
networking,
Equality. Honesty.